Former US President Donald Trump's recent comments about Ukraine and President Zelensky have sent shockwaves across Europe. Trump, in a highly publicized meeting, accused Zelensky of pushing the world towards a global conflict. He referred to the Ukrainian president as a dictator and even appeared to praise Russian President Vladimir Putin. This has sparked outrage and condemnation from European leaders who have been quick to express their solidarity with Ukraine. Trump's suggestion that Ukraine should consider ceding territory to Russia has further inflamed tensions. This statement, coupled with his praise for Putin, has raised concerns about his understanding of the conflict and its geopolitical implications. Many European leaders see Trump's comments as a dangerous escalation of rhetoric that undermines international efforts to find a peaceful resolution. The European Union, in a rare show of unity, has condemned Trump's remarks and reaffirmed its support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen called Trump's comments unacceptable and stressed the EU's unwavering commitment to Ukraine. Many see this as a defining moment in transatlantic relations, with Europe asserting its independence from what they perceive as a reckless and unpredictable US foreign policy. The response from individual European countries has been swift and unequivocal. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, while acknowledging the complexities of the situation, reiterated Germany's commitment to supporting Ukraine's right to self-determination. French President Emmanuel Macron, in a thinly veiled jab at Trump, emphasized the importance of diplomacy and multilateralism in resolving international conflicts. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer went a step further, inviting Zelensky and European leaders to London for an emergency summit. The meeting, scheduled for March 2nd, is seen as an attempt to coordinate a unified European response to the crisis and to discuss potential security guarantees for Ukraine. This highlights Europe's growing unease with the United States' role in the conflict and its desire to take a more proactive stance in ensuring regional stability. Poland, a country with deep historical ties to Ukraine, has been particularly vocal in its support. Polish President Andrzej Duda assured Zelensky that Poland stands firmly with Ukraine and would continue to provide humanitarian and military assistance. This sentiment has been echoed by leaders across the continent, from Sweden to Spain, demonstrating the depth of European solidarity with Ukraine. While support for Ukraine remains strong across Europe, there are some dissenting voices. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, known for his close ties to Putin, broke ranks with his European counterparts and thanked Trump for advocating for peace. Orbán's stance, though controversial, underscores the complex web of political alliances within Europe and the challenges of maintaining a united front. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, while condemning Trump's remarks, has also called for a more measured approach. She has urged both the EU and the US to engage in dialogue and find a diplomatic solution to the crisis. Meloni's stance reflects the concerns of many European leaders who fear that the escalating rhetoric could lead to unintended consequences and further destabilize the region. The call for an EU-US summit, proposed by Meloni and supported by other European leaders, highlights the urgent need for transatlantic dialogue. The summit, if it materializes, will provide an opportunity for both sides to air their grievances, clarify their positions, and hopefully find common ground on the way forward. Failure to bridge the transatlantic divide could have serious consequences for the future of Ukraine and the broader international order. Trump's comments have exposed a growing rift between the US and its European allies. While Europe seeks long-term security guarantees for Ukraine, potentially including NATO membership, the US has been hesitant to make such commitments. This divergence in views stems from differing strategic calculations and historical experiences. Europe, acutely aware of its proximity to Russia and its history of conflict, sees a direct threat to its own security in Russia's actions in Ukraine. The US, geographically removed and with a different set of global priorities, takes a more detached approach. This difference in perspective has led to friction and a sense of mistrust between the two sides. The future of Ukraine hangs in the balance as the transatlantic alliance faces its most serious test in decades. The ability of the US and Europe to bridge their differences and present a united front will be critical in determining the outcome of the crisis. Failure to do so will only embolden Russia and further undermine the international order, with potentially devastating consequences for global security.